Hey, it's the Ray Rican, and I'm going to talk about a story that is not really getting too much play because technically it's an old story, but it's new in the sense that the left-wing media is finally covering it. And this is the guy who's, if you want to see, my video is not going to be this long, but if you want to see a video that's going to go, that goes into great detail about it, watch this video here. I'm going to link it to my I'm going to put it in the description for whoever wants to see it because it's about an hour long. Like I said, goes into great detail about the Hunter Biden's laptop, and basically, he kills the media in it, which he used to be. He used to be, for people who don't know, Glen Greenwald started the Intercept. The Intercept wouldn't let him report on the Hunter Biden laptop, even though he did his research, he confirmed some of it and wanted to report about it, but the even though he started it, the editors wouldn't let him talk about it. They said that it couldn't be corroborated, even though he did. Basically, and he kills them and talks about how basically, his editors were straight up pro Biden. They were, or anti-Trump, whichever way you want to look at it. And they didn't want any stories. They didn't want a repeat of 2016 when negative stories came out about Hillary. They didn't want that repeat because basically, if the media would have, if social media and the regular media would actually reported on this, Biden didn't win, overwhelmingly. If this story would have been allowed to populate naturally, a lot of independents would have either not voted or would have voted Trump because because of this. Look at this story here. This has been confirmed. Hunter Biden wanted $2 million to help Libya unfreeze its assets while Joe Biden was vice president. And that's what Hunter played on. Hunter's whole business has been living off his father's name. I mean, the rest of his family too. I mean, if you look into it, even his brother, I think his brother made as Joe Biden's political career progressed, his brother made more and more money. So basically riding the coattails of his brother. So I'm just going to read some of this story so you can read. Just days after Politico confirmed reports that the material obtained from Hunter Biden's laptop was genuine, Business Insider obtained a series of 2015 emails that appeared to show that Hunter Biden offered to use his influence among global power brokers to help unfreeze Libya's assets the Obama administration locked down for a cool $2 million. What a shakedown. What it is. Oh, I know people, my father's VP, I could, get you to unfreeze the money. And it goes here. Insiders obtained emails indicating that Hunter Biden asked for $2 million annual retainer plus success fees to help unfreeze Libyan assets during the Obama administration. The communications offer a window into the mechanics of Beltway influence peddling and the stock that was put in Biden's political connections. The one I found it really interesting is where was it here? A person who had independent access to Hunter's Biden emails confirmed he did receive 2015 email from a Ukrainian businessman thanking him for the chance to meet Joe Biden. The same goes for a 2017 email in which a proposed equity breakdown of a venture with Chinese energy includes the 10 held by H for the big guy. But here, It goes, the donor appears to believe that Hunter Biden had the right connections. Obviously, his father was VP. Since he travels with dad, he is connected everywhere in Europe, Asia, where MQ, Gaddafi, also spelled Gaddafi, and the Libya Investment Authority had money frozen. He said he has access to high level in China. He can help there, one donor wrote to another. So there you go. I mean, both stories have, and this is the whole thing. They said it was misinformation. It was Russian misinformation. And it goes here, both stories have upended earlier claims, including White House claims that the story surrounded Hunter Biden's laptop, which first appeared in the New York Post and then was throttled on social media networks over concern it was misinformation. So this is interesting. I wanted to share this little clip from Glen Greenwald. He's talking about the, you'll see what he's talking about. I'll talk about it. Hold up.
They're ignoring his book. He's not a right-wing journalist. He's from one of the most mainstream publications. He has the proof in his hands that they all lied and they don't want anyone to know it.
Do you honestly think that if you're NBC News, if you're CNN, if you're the New York Times, the Washington Post, can you just sort of move forward as if you didn't participate in a lying campaign to influence a political election?
You know, as you know, Tucker, I was at the media outlet that I founded when this all happened, and they were the ones who published as well the claim that this was Russian disinformation, and then a week later told me that I couldn't report on this story because the documents weren't verified, in contrast to the CIA lie that they had published. So all throughout the media, this is their prevailing mindset. They know that they have an audience filled with liberals who hate Donald Trump and the Trump movement. And their only business model is to aggrandize those people. And they know that even if they lie and get caught lying, their audience and readers don't care. In fact, like them even more because they believe they're on the right side. So you have a huge numbers of journalists who believe that they have the right to lie. And even when they get caught, they don't care because they know their audience won't hold it against them.
And there you go. The fact that their audience won't hold it against them, that they have, that the audience won't hold it against them. So you could hear from the video. I'm sorry that you could hear the audio in my video. Sorry you couldn't see. I wish I had to stop for a second to fix the camera, but so you can see the what he's talking about with the media lying, and it's the whole thing. The intelligence agencies were lying too, saying that well, I shouldn't say that they were, you know, they were lying in the sense that they didn't know. They just said it smelled, it looked like Russian disinformation. They couldn't confirm it, but they just put it out there, and the media put it out there, and they knew that people would buy it, just like Glen Greenwald said, that people, especially the people who already hated Trump because the way the media, put him out there, they all lied. And nobody is held accountable for it. This is the whole thing. It's not just the Hunter Biden scandal. It's not it's not just a scandal about Hunter Biden peddling influence. It's about the media suppressing this. It's the media suppressing this. It's the CIA and the other intelligence agencies complicit in basically in trying to get this story frozen, which they did to influence the election. So we have our own intelligence agencies influencing our elections by lying to the media, and the media eating it up, either two things. Either they were too dumb to do the work, or they were too biased to do the work and to realize that, no, they were just being played. Because the intelligence agency, remember this, I'm going to show you a clip from this. This was in the beginning of Trump's presidency. This is something that Chuck Schumer said.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday of getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
What do you-
So that right there tells you exactly what transpired in 2020, especially there in October with the whole with this whole Hunter Biden laptop stuff. The media ignored it because they didn't want the negative story. Like I said earlier, because look, the Trump haters were going to still vote for Biden. The Trump supporters were going to still vote for Trump. This would have affected the independents, the people who normally decide elections as it is anyway. If they would have saw this story and saw that it was true instead of saying it was Russian misinformation, which between the media and the intelligence agencies, they lied to us. Independents would have either not voted or voted for Trump. Because they always, this is the funny thing, they always talked about how Trump was compromised and all this and that. But look at Biden. Look at now, now we see the real compromise candidate was Biden because of his son. And even now it's crickets in the media. Crickets, nothing. Because why? They were complicit in it. They were co-conspirators. And that's what we have in the media. That's what we have in the media. That's why when people go, like I always point out the story that I had with the lady from a lady at the pool where she was like, "Oh, I only watch the truth." Well, if you just, which she told me, MSNBC, CNN, if that's all you were watching, then you weren't getting the truth. You were just fed lies. And that's the problem. And they get away with it because, like Glen Greenwald said, these people want to be lied to. Well, that's not what he said. That's what I'm saying. These people want to be lied to because they're okay with it because, ooh, my team. Democrats, my baseball team, my football team. Look, listen, I'm a Mets fan, which they just totally disappointed me this last 2 months of the season. I'm a Giants fan, suffering Mets and Giants fan, Knicks fan, and I will still be a fan of my team, even though they suck. Okay, I will still root for them. But I'm also realistic, and I'll go, do I think, like coming into this football season, I said, are the Giants going to be any good? I don't know. I hope so. I'm hoping these players are going to do good, but I'm realistic and go, no. That's what you have to look like when it comes to your political party. Just because you think you like the Democrats, go and be realistic and go, look, listen, do I want defund the police? No. Do I want abortion up to 9 months? No. Do I believe in this, infinite genders and all this nonsense? No. Do I believe in that, we should have socialism in this country? No. So there's a lot of issues where you got to go and you got to look at it individually and go, okay, if the party is going that way, then go to the other party. It maybe influence them and go, hey, there's some issues that I agree with you on guns. I agree with you on taxes. Let's move over, be more centrist. And that's same thing where, if you're someone that's a moderate on the right and you could go to the Democrats and try to push your local Democrats to the center, back to the center, get rid of some of those extreme candidates on both sides. So like that, we could have a quote unquote uniparty, a real better uniparty that is better. That's more for, let's say they disagree on, the level of taxation, the level of funding for the military, stuff like that, where it's like, okay, we still agree like let's say like I talked about yesterday with the Israel stuff. We could, let's, we may disagree on this whole bill. Let's get this one bill through. Let's get, because we agree on this funding issue. So, but that's, like I said, the media lies to us, and people are okay with it because there's no consequences for them lying. Anyway, so I'm the Ryrican. You can follow me here on YouTube and Rumble. You can also interact with me on social media. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, Gab, Telegram. I have all of them, but those are the ones I really go on the most. So anyways, have a good weekend, everyone.